Morning, everybody. All right, let's do another lesson. Lesson 2, which is on page 26. So lesson 2, page 26. I'm going to flip the page. So we'll look at this one today. We'll look at the other one in a moment. But first, let's start with page 26 and 28. Okay. So there's only one key phrase today. The key phrase is, I'm sure blank. However, I need an A before a B. So I'm going to show you different ways to set up your key phrase. So let's start with this. I can't blank well. I can't verb well. I can't run well. I can't play well. No, I'm sure you can play well. So these verbs match. Let's look at another one. I'm worried about my blank. I'm worried about my noun. I'm worried about my dog. I'm sure, so my, your. I'm sure your dog is okay. And then one other setup. I'm going to blank. So to plus verb. I'm going to fail my test. I'm going to be late. No, I'm sure you will not be late. I'm going to fail my test. No, I'm sure you will pass. So opposite. Opposite from this. I'm going to fail. No, I'm sure you will pass. All right, so as you can see, A, B, A, B, A, B. All right, so I'm sure you can verb well. So, I can't speak English well. No, I'm sure you can speak English well. So, speak English well, speak English well. All right, I can't play PC games well. No, I'm sure you blank, blank, blank well. Can play PC games well. All right, pronoun plus noun. I'm worried about my dog. I'm sure your dog is okay. I'm worried about blank grades. Now, don't forget the S, guys, plural, grades. All my grades in school. So, we need a pronoun. I'm worried about my grades. I'm sure blank blank are okay. Grades are. I'm sure your grades are okay. And here's our last setup. I'm sure you will verb. So I'm going to fail blank test. Whose test? I'm going to fail my test. No, I'm sure you will. The opposite of fail, the opposite, pass. No, I'm sure you will pass your test. I'm going to blank. I'm going to be late. I gave it away for you guys. This is an adjective, by the way. That's why I have it highlighted in orange. No, I'm sure you will blank on blank. No, I'm sure you will be on time. No, I'm sure you will be early. All right, so on the worksheet, part A, we run through these, just like this. So take a look at your worksheet. You can use these key phrases, A, B, A, B, A, B. Choose one. So choose one, A, B, for practice dialogue. And then here's number 1. I'm going to be blank for blank. I'm sure you will be on time. I'm going to be late for school. I'm sure you will be on time. All right, guys, let's move on. All right. Okay.
All right, looking at page 28, part A, listen and write. What does the boy say? I'm sure we'll blank at the train station before blank. Let's listen to the dialogue and see what he's going to say.
Can we arrive in time?
Of course. The train leaves at 5:10.
But it's already 4:30.
The train station isn't very far from here. I'm sure we'll arrive there before 5.
Okay, let's listen one more time.
Can we arrive in time?
Of course. The train leaves at 5:10.
But it's already 4:30.
The train station isn't very far from here. I'm sure we'll arrive there before 5.
Okay, the answer was at the end of the dialogue. The train station isn't very far, and it's 4:30. So, what did he say? I'm sure we'll blank. He said arrive. I'm sure we'll arrive at the train station before 5, before 5 o'clock. Now, moving onward to part B, listen and check. What is the girl trying to do? She is trying to blank. Also, we want to know, what is Minsu worried about? Let's listen and find out.
Hey, Minsu, what's up? You look so worried.
The English speaking test is this afternoon.
Don't worry. You practiced a lot.
But I get so nervous when I'm in front of the teacher.
Everybody does. I'm sure you'll do well.
Do you really think so?
Of course. You are a great English speaker.
Thanks. I feel much better now.
All right, so reading the answers, she is trying to practice for the test. She is trying to make Minsu feel better. She is trying to get some advice. Which one best suits the dialogue? Also, listen again for what is Minsu worried about.
Hey, Minsu, what's up? You look so worried.
The English speaking test is this afternoon.
Don't worry. You practiced a lot.
But I get so nervous when I'm in front of the teacher.
Everybody does. I'm sure you'll do well.
Do you really think so?
Of course. You are a great English speaker.
Thanks. I feel much better now.
Okay. She is trying to make Minsu feel better. What is he worried about? He is worried about his speaking test, his English speaking test.
Okay, now let's look at this page. Page 29, listen and speak to. Got some more key phrases to do. Okay, page 29. All right, we're asking this question. What is he like? What is she like? What is it like? So we're asking for an adjective. So adjectives are in orange. He is, she is, it is, blank and blank. So simple. So think of two adjectives. Here I have a list of all adjectives. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. Also, at the back of your book, page 181, last page, are a lot more words you can use. Not all of them are adjectives, but there are some more. So we'll use these today. Okay. So first, what is positive? What is negative? So positive, he is good. He is happy. Negative, he is bad. He is sad. So these are examples of positive and negative adjectives. Okay, so let's practice new adjectives. So I have blank here because you can choose he, she, it. So let's use the word he. What is he like? He is tall. What is Max like? He is tall. It's easy, just one adjective. Now, let's use two adjectives. So what is she? We'll use she here. What is she like? She is pretty and smart. She is pretty and smart. So I'm going to use lesson 1 and lesson 2 together to make a dialogue for you. We'll read this together. I'll read it first and then you. So first I'm going to go through it and then we'll read it together. Here we go. What can I do to study English better? You can go to academy. Are you sure it will help? Yes, I'm sure it will. What is your academy like? It is difficult, but fun. So difficult is my negative. Then I use but to change to positive. Negative, but positive. Okay, let's read it together. So this is past key phrase. This is what we learned. This is what we learned earlier, and this is what we are learning now. So I'm going to go back. I'll read it first, and then you. What can I do to study English better? You can go to academy. So what can I do to study English better? You can go to academy. Okay. Are you sure it will help? Are you sure it will help? Yes, I'm sure it will. Yes, I'm sure it will. Okay. What is your academy like? What is your academy like? It is difficult, but fun. It is difficult, but fun. Or I can say, it is great and fun. Great is positive, fun is positive. Okay. So, for this part, you look at part C on the worksheet, which is on the back, and we're going to talk about Marvel characters. So remember, you can use page 181 to help you. The first one is Hulk. I said he is green and blank. So give me another adjective. All right, guys. So here's all the pictures. What we're going to do is we're going to look at our textbook now. Here we go.
All right, page 29. Let's look at the top. Part A, listen and circle. What words did you hear? The words we have are badminton coach, teacher, thin, tall, friendly, and humorous. So circle the words you hear. Let's listen to the dialogue now.
Who's that?
He's my new badminton coach.
He's very tall and handsome. What is he like?
He is very friendly and humorous. I like him a lot.
Okay, so they are talking about the badminton coach. So you can go ahead and circle that one. And they are giving a whole bunch of adjectives. Let's listen one more time to circle the ones they mention.
Who's that?
He's my new badminton coach.
He's very tall and handsome. What is he like?
He is very friendly and humorous. I like him a lot.
Okay, one of the adjectives is he is very tall and handsome. What is he like? He is very friendly and humorous. All right, looking at the next part, part B, listen and match. What are Rosa and Mike like? On the right, you can see patient, outgoing, active, and kind. So let's listen to find out what they are like. Also, what do all three people love? Here we go.
Sue, how do you like your school these days?
I like it a lot, Dad. I already made 2 new friends, Rosa and Mike.
Happy to hear that. How did you become friends?
We all love English. We are also in the same club.
That's great. What are they like?
Rosa is very kind.
How about Mike?
He is outgoing.
Why don't you invite them over for dinner?
Okay, Dad.
All right, so we are only listening for Rosa and Mike. Let's listen one more time to know what are Rosa and Mike like. Also, what do all three people love? Here we go.
Sue, how do you like your school these days?
I like it a lot, Dad. I already made 2 new friends, Rosa and Mike.
Happy to hear that. How did you become friends?
We all love English. We are also in the same club.
That's great. What are they like?
Rosa is very kind.
How about Mike?
He is outgoing.
Why don't you invite them over for dinner?
Okay, Dad.
Okay, so Sue is talking. So, what did she say about Rosa? What is Rosa like? She is kind. What is Mike like? Mike is outgoing. What do all three people love? Sue, Rosa, and Mike love what? They all love English.
Okay, guys, let's take a look at the bottom part of the worksheet right here. Part D, textbook dialogue, speak, see, look, and talk. So that's here, right here. And this is page 29. Okay, so I want you to make a dialogue. We're going to use this. I'm looking for a new member for my blank club. What kind of club? So this is orange. We're looking for an adjective. So I'm looking for a new member for my, and then over here, you can choose a club. So dance club, science club, volunteer club. And then also, right here, you see the name Jenny. You can write the name of your best friend, you can write your name, you can write my name, because we need it for this part. So I'm looking for a new member for my science club. How about student name? So it could be you, it could be your friend, it could even be my name. Just put a name here. So we'll say, how about Jenny? How about Jenny? So following the book dialogue, I'm looking for a new member for my dance club. How about Jenny? Then we're going to use our key phrase. What is blank like? We need a pronoun right here. Jenny is a girl, so we're going to say she. What is she like? Now we have to choose 2 adjectives. And you can use these, or you can use adjectives that you know. So let's see. In the book, they say, she is active and outgoing. Okay? And then, thanks. I'll ask blank. Jenny is a girl. Because she's a girl, we need to say she. I'll ask her. We need to say her. If you do a boy, what is he like? He is blank. Thanks, I'll ask him. All right, guys. So make your dialogue and fill the blanks right here. All right. We'll go over this in class, and it'll be a lot better when I can see you and when we can use it in the game. All right, guys. Good job.